Greetings, comrades! It is I, RussianCarl, bringing you the first of many team builders for PAL Season 5. I'm proud to be back, continuing to take control of the St. Petersburg Snorlaxes. It is going to be a wonderful season. I have a lovely team of 10 Mons who I hope to have a lot of fun with. May not be the best team on paper, but maybe I can make it work, you know? Sorry, little cough there. Anyway. Like I said, this is the first of many team builders that will be going up every week, the day before my scheduled battle goes up. So this week we are fighting Coach Joe, a good friend of mine, and the Yosemite Sandslashes. Last season we did fight Joe in, I believe, week 10 of the PIL out of 13 weeks. And yeah, I think we beat him like 3-0 or 4-0. It doesn't really matter though. But it was the last battle that was put up on my YouTube for Season 4 due to technical issues I had with my capture card after that. So, hoping that there will be no more technical issues for this upcoming season. Anyway, let's get into the team that I'm going up against. He has a Megalopunny, Bisharp, Whimsicott, Milotic, Florges, Chandelure, Flygon, Drifblim, Mew, and Volcanion. A lot of heavy hitters there, a lot of things that's kind of scare me. He does have one of the most the most well-made, well-drafted teams in this league, in my opinion. Megalopunny, Bisharp, Chandelure is a great offensive core, and the support from Mons like Whimsicott, Milotic, and Drifblim and Mew is invaluable, and it's just crazy. But, anywho, so the Megalopunny, extremely fast, extremely strong, normal fighting type with Scrappy, meaning both of stab options have literally nothing that they can't hit. Just having return plus high jump kick equals neutral coverage across the board at minimum. So I was probably going to run like return, high jump kick, maybe fake out, and maybe a coverage move at that point with Ice Punch. So that would do a decent number against my team. So worst case scenario, we're going to say it has Ice Punch. But he's probably just going to run like a max speed, max attack build and try to hit hard and get plenty of kills with it. Last time Lopunny was used was Season 3 of the PIL, where Coach Zach drafted it as his Mega, and he got plenty of kills with it. It was crazy. Anywho, after that, he does have his Bisharp, which is a Dark Steel type, boasting an impressive base attack, I believe in the 120s. It is somewhat slow at the speed around 70, I think. Its physical defense is different, but physical defense is okay, but its special defense is not that good, if I can remember correctly. But it does have a very nice niche pool of Sucker Punch, Pursuit, Iron Head, Swords Dance, Knockoff, all stab options, and Sword Dance can boost his attack to ridiculous levels. He also has the Defiant ability, so he could switch on like a Defog, or someone set sticky webs up on him. The Bisharp can just come and get a free +2 and then start sucker punching literally everything, which is an issue. But it's just a lot of mind games with Bisharp, because he could run both Sucker Punch and Pursuit, and then he could put himself in position, and you don't know what he's going to do. You don't know if you could switch, because he could Pursuit and then do some massive damage to you. He could set up, and you don't want that to happen. He could Sucker Punch. It's really hard to gauge what he's going to do, and it makes it a tricky mon to fight. Whimsicott, after that, is a Grass Fairy type, sporting the Prankster ability and already impressive speed stat. Now Prankster is really good because it does get good utility moves such as Substitute, Leaf Seed, Stun Spore, Grass Whistle. So it does get priority on those. However, they will not affect anything that has a dark type, so that's where my Incineroar comes in. However, being a fairy type, it does get access to Moonblast, meaning it can threaten most dark types, which make them not exactly the most ideal thing to switch into a Whimsicott. But it's probably going to be like a bulkier set with support things, because with Prankster, if it's running mostly support moves, all it needs to do is kind of set up its support. It do its job of just firing off Stun Spores and Leech Seeds and then just working from there. Milotic is another kind of supportish mon. It's going to be a bit of a bulk mon for him probably. He could max out his special defense to make it an exceptional special defensive wall, or he could go mixed defenses to get all around bulk. It does have two really good abilities in competitive and Marvel scale. So competitive simply meaning that it's like Bishop's Defiant. If he gets afflicted with a stat drop, then his special attack is going to go up by 2. If well, there's Marvel scale. If he becomes afflicted with a special condition such as sleep, poison, paralysis, burn, then his defense is going to double, which not the best. Especially if he puts effort into his defense, and then he'll be even harder to kill defensively. But it does also get Scald Ice Beam are its primary moves that it's probably going to be using. You could put like a hidden power on it if he needs some extra coverage or anything like that. However, it does also get Recover and Haze, so it's really good at taking care of setup sweepers because it's usually bulky enough. I'm sorry for the dogs. Anyway, we're back. Sorry about that. But yeah, with Recover and Haze, it can take on, and it's impressive bulk. It can take on most a slew of setup sweepers and tank their hits and clear out the stat changes with Haze, then recover back up to a good amount of health. Being a water type is also very good, giving it only 2 weaknesses and some nice resistances in fire, water, ice, steel. So it is a very good defensive mon. Florges is another defensive mon. Again, boasting a good special defense. Defense is okay, HP is okay, but it's the special defense that really shines. Being Mono Fairy, it does have the immunity to Dragon and the resistance to Fighting, Dark, and Bug, but that is about it. It still has its only 2 weaknesses of Steel and Poison. It could be another support mon running things like Aromatherapy, Synthesis, probably like Moonblast is his offensive move going for special attack drops, and a Wish, because it is a good Wish passer. Or it could be doing like a Calm Mind set, running like Calm Mind, Synthesis, or Wish with like Moonblast and Energy Ball, or Moonblast and Psychic, because it does get a decent selection for its offensive move pool as well. Speed is okay. It's in, I think, base 73 or base 75, somewhere around there. So it's not terrible, but it's not exactly too good either. I expect probably if anything, the support set's more likely with the Wish passing, but Calm Mind is possible from Joe. You could just regulate straight to that support set, though. Or I could do some tricky things, a hidden power on this as well to cover something I might have a multitude of weaknesses for. Chandelure, Fire Ghost type, impressive offensive typing there, immunity to fighting, and also immunity to fire thanks to its ability of Flash Fire. So if any fire attacks are launched against his team, preferably I'd like to say the Whimsicott or the Bisharp, he switches in Chandelure, gets the free boost to its own fire type attacks, and then fires back with fire, flamethrower or fire blast, whatever he decides to be running on that week. Oh my goodness, my feet. But it's very impressive on, you could slap a choice item, choice specs for massive damage because it does have a very high special attack stat, or you could choice Scarf to make use of, take its averaging speed of around 80, 85 and knock it into a higher tier. That will lock him into a move though. I do have means to tank said hits that it's going to be launching. But that's about it for that. Flygon is a tricky one that I'm kind of worried about a bit, because in Gen 7 it did get buffed. It did gain access to Dragon Dance, which is something that Garchomp does not have, so this puts it in a league of its own. Could possibly contest Garchomp for top ground Dragon type, but Garchomp's probably going to stay popular forever. So it does get Dragon Dance, which does boost both of its attack and speed by 1 upon each use. So he could do that. He could just straight up slap a Choice Scarf or a Choice Band on it to go for that. Z moves are a possibility on anything, frankly. But Dragon Ground gets a good move pool on both sides. More of a physical attacker. Looking at probably like Outrage or Declaw, and then Earthquake. Earthquake, probably like Rock Slide or Stone Edge or something like that. It doesn't really get much else that I could think of. U-Turn, if it's running a choice set, most definitely. But, yeah. Then there's Driftblim. Driftblim, you know, extremely bulky with tons of health, goes flying, giving it a couple of immunities. Two really cool abilities in Aftermath and Unburden. Aftermath, if it dies due to a contact move, the person who uses contact move loses a percentage of their HP. While Unburden, where if its held item gets used up, say like a berry or a weakness policy or something like that, then it gets its speed doubled. So actually, like, weakness policy would be very interesting on it. It does have a really cool support move pool with like Debond and Will-O-Wisp and stuff like that, but it's mainly a support mon. Does have stab, acrobatics to go with Unburden. Debond's going to be probably the scariest thing on it, and then that's pretty much it. Then there's Mew. Mew is the wild card here because Mew could literally be anything. It can learn any TM, so as long as he has all the TMs, he has plenty of options for what Mew can do. Its stats are 100. Its base stats are 100 across the board, which is also an issue because it's got really no weak point other than it doesn't excel at anything. Stabs mono psychic, so the weaknesses of Ghost, Dark, and Bug, while only resisting fighting and Ghost, fighting and Psychic. So not exactly the best type defensively, but offensively, not a lot of things resist Psychic. I think it's just Steel and Psychic are the only things that resist Psychic, I think. And then Dark's immune. Yes. But, yep, it does get... But like I said, it can have that perfect Volt Beam coverage because Ice Beam and Thunderbolt are TMs. Get Psychic, Focus Blast, slap a Choice Specs on it or something like that, and then you're doing really good damage. But this is the wild card. I have no idea what he's going to do with it, how he's going to play it. I don't know if it will do this, be the support mon, if it will set rocks, if it will do this, do that. Yeah. Then there's Volcanion. Volcanion is the one reason I am scared of this matchup. Volcanion, very powerful fire water type with water absorb, meaning it has an extra immunity. Weak against rock, electric, and ground. I do have those moves on the ready to take care of it, but it's extremely powerful. Slap a choice specs on that, and it will pretty much break through most of my team. I really don't have anything that's resistant to both its stab moves, so if it's like Life Orb, then I really don't have anything to stop it other than bringing in, say, my Golurk to take it on. But that's enough about his mons. Let's get to the main members of this partay. My guys. Sorry, we're going to try that again. We had to make a quick cut there, but whatever. We're going to go right back to it. Anyway, Gallade running Drain Punch, Earthquake, Ice Punch, Leaf Blade. Drain Punch handling that Mega Lopunny, Bisharp. Yeah, that's it. Earthquake for the Chandelure and the Volcanion. Ice Punch for the Whimsicott, Flygon, Driftblim, and Leaf Blade for the Leaf Blade to deal with that silly little Milotic. So yeah, I went for an all attacking moveset. I didn't think I would have a lot of options for a lot of spaces for him to kind of set up in. I then get maybe Bisharp, but then if he's running like a Choice Scarf Chandelure and Chandelure comes in, then I have an issue. But if he's bringing just Driftblim, then again I would have that option, but I'd have to forego one of my coverage moves, and Earthquake help, and all those moves help so much, especially Ice Punch. It gives me so many coverage options, so many chances to do damage to people. But anyway, he's running Max Attack, Adamant Nature to maximize the amount of damage he's doing. The rest of his EVs, I believe, 216 into HP, and then 4 in defense, which allows him under all circumstances to live a return from a Max Attack Lopunny. Even if it's a crit, I am guaranteed to live. And then the rest points, which are I believe 36 points, are dumped in the speed, and conveniently it allows me to outrun a max speed timid Volcanion. So, thumbs up for that. I could have gone Jolly to have less focus on the speed, because then I could just put more EVs into, say, like HP or defense. But I opted I wanted to maximize my attack damage, so that I guaranteed to get the kills I need to get with him. But he does have Justified as his standard ability right now, but he does get Inner Focus when he Mega Evolves, making him exceptional counter to that Lopunny, because Lopunny cannot go for a Fake Out Return combo to ensure a kill on him. Lopunny has to go straight for the return to maximize damage, because a Fake Out will not cause me to flinch because Mega Gallade has Inner Focus, whereas for why I picked Justified over Steadfast for his standard ability is because if he throws out a dark type move with, say, Bisharp on my regular Gallade, then I do get an attack boost on the switch. If I switch in, I do have to Mega Evolve in the first turn that I'm able to. Gallade cannot exist on the field and do a move without being Mega, because I drafted Mega Gallade, not regular Gallade. As standard rule. Also, before we go on, a quick shout out to Alexis XD. You see the original trainer on this mon, who made 5 of the 6 mons that I have on my team here. My power saves broke at the last minute. I'm still waiting for a new one to come in, so he was kind enough to generalize all my mons. He is a new coach for the PAL this season as well. He's the coach of the what is he? He's gonna get mad at me for this. I can't remember what his team name is. Whoops. I'm gonna have to look that up again, but apparently I did not look at the team sheet too much for him. I did not remember his team name, but he's a new coach, and we're happy to have him. He's not in my division, though. He's in the other division with Hammonds. Alright, so after Gallade, we do have Ding Dong, the Bronzong. Max HP, max defense, nothing crazy here. Does have the relaxed nature, so that it is defense up, speed down, maximizing damage from Gyro Ball, but it is run Gyro Ball, Toxic, Trick Room, and Earthquake. I know what you're wondering, like, okay, Galade's fast, Thundurus is fast, Serperior's is fast, why do you have Trick Room? And it's mostly for Bronzong, Golurk, and Incineroar. Well, the 3 of them can do work, especially Incineroar and Bronzong, to consider their bulk. Golurk has a little trouble, and say my faster threats do get taken down, Trick Room will allow me to gain some momentum back in my favor. Gyro Ball is just stab move of choice, considering how slow he is and speed down nature and everything. He's gonna do some, I think, the maximum amount of damage probably with a Gyro Ball. Toxic is for if he fights the Milotic, because Toxic is one thing that, even though it will activate its Marvel Scale ability, Toxic destroys defensive walls. It's also good against the Florges, or if the Mew is doing like a defensive set. Being a Steel type, I also cannot be Toxic. I'm holding Leftovers and Levitate abilities to be immune to the ground types. He's also good switch in for dealing with the Flygon, because Flygon's moveset is his stab moves are not very effective or don't affect me at all, and his coverage options doesn't really have much that can phase me. So, thumbs up for that. Drifblim. I don't think I'm handling Drifblim with him at all, but anyway. Trick Room, I already stated that he will be setting up Trick Room if needed. Hopefully I won't have to use it, but if so, he's there. And then the Earthquake is just, I was going to have Stealth Rocks instead, because that would help against his team. He does have 3 guys who do not like or weak against rocks, and so the constant switching would be kind of detrimental to them. But I figured Earthquake would be better. Earthquake would be more suited so that if he's like up against a Milotic, he can actually hurt it, or if he's up against like Bisharp or something, he could put in some damage, even though he's probably going to die to Bisharp. I gave him some more offensive options as opposed to just being entirely reliant on Gyro Ball, which if he's fighting something slow, he's not going to get much damage off of. But anyway, after that is my Thundurus Therian form. Thundurus is max special attack, max speed, timid nature, 4 in HP, running Thunderbolt, HP Ice, Sludge Wave, and Agility. He is holding Electrium Z, and this is the fun part. He's basically good to come in against, because he's an electric type, he cannot be paralyzed. So he's good to come in against a stun sporing Whimsicott. He's also good to come in against my Milotic, because my Milotic outside of an Ice Fiend can't do much to me, and even though my Milotic does not really want to stay in against a Thunderous. And the plan is, in case of either of the scenarios, to follow up by using Agility, allowing me to outrun everything on his team. Because at that point, my speed is +2. I naturally outspeed everything on his team except for Lopunny and Whimsicott normally with my 101 base speed. So now I would outrun them, and I would outrun Flygon even if he had 2 Dragon Dances in, and he has no priority options. So that works. It also lets me outrun any Choice Scarf users he might have on his team. But Electrium Z plus Thunderbolt is plus my 145 base special attack is basically going to guarantee that I'm going to knock something out with it. Volcanion doesn't want to fight me. Volcanion doesn't want to fight me. My Milotic doesn't want to fight me. Whimsicott doesn't want to fight me because I got Sludge Wave. HP Ice takes care of Flygon. Thunderbolt takes care of Drifblim as well. Sludge Wave is going to do decent damage to Florges, but he especially bulky, so that's not going to help. Thunderbolt will do decent damage to Bisharp. My only thing is I have to make sure to get rid of Bisharp before going into this fight, because a Sucker Punch from Bisharp still does lots of damage to me, so if I'm already low health, really nothing I can do about him. Lopunny with Fake Out still bothers me as well, but I can kill that with a Electrium Z if need be. And Chandelure doesn't really bother me at all. Anyway, moving on. The next guy after that is Milo, the Golurk, the Ghost Ground type, rocking that Earthquake, Thunder Punch, Drain Punch, Shadow Punch with Iron Fist, and he's holding a Focus Sash. He has max HP, max physical attack, basically maximizing my bulk and my damage. Iron Fist plus, Drain Punch, Shadow Punch, Thunder Punch means good damage. Earthquake is already a great stab move, and Earthquake is already a great stab move and everything. Earthquake is again handle Bisharp, Chandelure, and Volcanion. Thunder Punch handles Milotic and Drifblim. Drain Punch handles Bisharp again, Lopunny, and Shadow Punch is just I need a 4th move, and that general stab is always nice. I could have gone Shadow Force just to have been funny, but I'd rather do the Shadow Punch for reliability. But anyway, the Focus Sash is basically, he's going to be a blanket check, implying he doesn't try to set up any hazards on my side. He does have a Stealth Rock setter in like Mew, Flygon, and Bisharp. I'm hoping he doesn't do that though. I'm really hoping he just straight up decides to not go for rocks. I didn't bring any hazard control this time. So if he doesn't set up rocks, then Golurk will do his job exceptionally well. Otherwise Bronzong has to set up the Trick Room to ensure that Golurk's plan goes off. But like I said, he's going to be a blanket check, because he pretty much, with Earthquake, Drain Punch, Thunder Punch, he could handle a lot of stuff. And like, all right, Bisharp's gotten out of control, and it's mainly for the Volcanion, because max HP Volcanion can't take an Earthquake from a max attack adamant Golurk. He would kill me with a Steam Eruption first, but I would good Oko him back, because Focus Sash would keep me alive. That's why I need to be at full health, and he has to be a safe, guaranteed switch in. And he has 2 things that are immune to an Earthquake, and everything else takes the full force minus Whimsicott, who's reduced damage. So unless this team consists of Whimsicott, Drifblim, Flygon, and then like Volcanion, then it's like my Earthquake is going to do good damage no matter what. Thunder Punch is going to be for the Milotic, like I explained all this, but anyway, he's going to hit hard. If there's a problem, Golurk is there to fix it. He's my man. I also named him Milo, because he reminds me of the big statue things in the Disney Atlantis movie. Anyway, after that, we do have Incineroar, Brawn the Incineroar, rocking max HP, max attack, Assault Vest, Blaze, of course, because it can't get Intimidate, which would be lovely. But again, that's not something I would bring to him, considering he has 2 guys who are defiant and competitive. He's rocking Dark Slayer, Earthquake, U-Turn, and Leech Life. Like I said earlier, no Flare Blitz on, no Fire move of any kind, because Flash Fire exists, and the Flare Blitz would be good against Whimsicott, which is someone I'm going to fight, but I'd rather just go in and U-Turn out. and just be annoying like that. He is a slow U-turner, which is always good. Leech Life is to give him some recovery, since because he's holding Assault Vest to maximize his bulk, he doesn't have leftovers or anything. So Leech Life, with its recent buff in his gen, allows him to get some decent recovery, and he's going to hit hard. And there's a lot of things that take the Leech Life pretty well. Mew doesn't like it. Milotic doesn't really... neutral on Milotic, neutral on Whimsicott, neutral on Bisharp. And Bisharp can't really do much to me, so he's a good switcher for that as well. The Earthquake handles the Bisharp Chandelure, and Volcanion, again, if only against Volcanion if Trick Room is up, otherwise Volcanion beats me 100% of the time, even with the Assault Vest. But if he decides, oh, here's Volcanion to fight your Incineroar, the option is... Well, the option, if Volcanion exists, is my move is going to be click U-turn, because obviously he's going to expect Volcanion to take something, in which he'll resist it, and it won't do much damage, but at least it'll knock him out of full HP, so if he is a Focus Sash or anything, then it takes care of that. But yeah, his job is to go in front of his support guys, because he counters them pretty well with his ability, with his item typing stats and his bulk. So... will I regret having no fire type move against a guy who's probably going to bring two guys weak to fire? Probably not, because he has plenty of things that resist it as well. So, but you know, we're gonna make things. We're gonna work things out. My Loke is also a good switch into Brawn. So you're turning out and bringing in Thundurus is ideal situation for that. And then we get to the last mon, and this is the mon that I had a little trouble deciding if it was good to bring or not, because Superior. Max special attack, timid nature, max special attack, max speed, 4 in HP, Leaf Storm, Glare, Dragon Pulse, Hidden Power, Fire, Contrary, and Choice Scarf. This is my only fire. I might switch this. I might switch the Hidden Power on this come battle. I think about whether or not it's better to have Hidden Power Fire or Hidden Power Ground. But this actually gives me something I can hit the Whimsicott super effective with, other than Sludge Wave on Thundurus. His job is just going to be go out there and just Leaf Storm. That's pretty much it. I really couldn't think of a sixth guy to bring out of my guys. I didn't want to bring too many slow guys and then have to be reliant on Trick Room. So, like, Beware. I couldn't bring Crawdaunt because Volcanion shuts him down hard. They didn't really offer much to the rest of them other than maybe, like, Aqua Jetting the Bisharp, but then still Bisharp can just knock off my Life Orb, and then I'm just in trouble. I lose the Lopunny. Flygon, all he has to do is just tank an Aqua Jet and hit me with an Outrage. I'm pretty much gone. Will-O-Wisp from like Mew or Drifloon hurt me, and my stab options aren't really gonna do much to my Lodic, who's just so bulky and everything. So it was just a lot. I didn't have an option for him. I didn't know whether I should bring Mandibuzz, have another kind of bulkier mon, but again, Mandibuzz probably would have handled Volcanion alright, but then I would have had half my guys on my team on the squad I was bringing weak to rocks, which I didn't want to give him any more of a reason to set up rocks than I have to, considering that kind of gets rid of Golurk. But then he did have Defog, so long run, I might bring him. I do have one kind of sitting in the back already made. I might bring Mandy, the Mandibuzz, but basically I got Leaf Storm. I'm Choice Scarf, so I outrun his entire team outside of Flygon, who's got 2 D-Dances up. But I outrun everyone on his team. Leaf Storm plus Contrary means I get free special attack boost. I get a free Nasty Plot, pretty much, for just clicking the attacking move. And Stab does mass damage. 10% chance to miss, but we're gonna run that. We're gonna run that chance. It's his best attacking move with Stab and everything, so we're gonna run that chance. But anywho, Glare, Dragon Pulse is just coverage. It's his only real other coverage thing. I can use it on Flygon, but I'm probably just gonna spam Leaf Storm. And him Power Fire, like I said, is for Bisharp or Whimsicott, but I'm probably just gonna spam Leaf Storm, because even if they try, because he can't Leech Seed me or Sun Spore me because I'm a Grass type, so there's another person who's good to come in, and if he hits me with a Moonblast, my special attack goes up. So I really have no reason not to come in to fight Whimsicott with him. So yeah, so makes more sense than I thought it was. Also, he's named Ka, after the snake in the Jungle Book. Anyway, but that's gonna conclude. That's gonna conclude my team builder here. I hope I got my plans across to you clearly. I'm sorry, this one had a few cuts and edits because I kept getting interrupted while recording. I need to figure out a way to stop people from interrupting me, but whatever. I'm looking forward to this matchup. I hope you guys are too. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. Oh, anyway, guys, I am RussianCarl, the coach of the St. Petersburg Sandslashes, and I'm leaving here wishing you a fantastic day. До свидания.